Okay, I don't even know why I'm saying this right now, but I'm going to say it. We're going to start a book club, and it's going to be a free book club. We're going to attempt to go through 4 books a month, and I'm going to play it by ear, because let me tell you why I did that. So I was talking to a client, and she was talking about how to manage her tribe and motivate them. And then while I was giving the advice, I basically asked myself, am I doing all that I can do? Now, what I'm saying by this is by no means a, hey, I'm going to gather everyone together and answer everyone's questions, because it's too many people. But we live in a time right now where they say the average American only reads 1 book in their lifetime after high school. So it's like when they're in high school, they're forced to read books maybe that they don't like. And reading is not really a fun pastime now. Now it's like reading is a bore. We live in a time now where people say, well, we don't know much about finance because no one taught us. That's no longer going to fly. I'm going to drink me a little water here. It's no longer going to fly because you're responsible for your own life. If you're a member of a family and someone in that household is dependent on you to make money and contribute, and you're not doing it, you're failing. Now, I'm not talking, you guys have heard me say failure is good, but you're failing in a bad way at that point because you're not contributing. Because now you're living with an excuse. And that excuse is somehow giving you the freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do, which is not contributing. You're taking food out of your kids' mouths, your spouse's mouth, because you're not being all you can be. Like the army. Is that the life you want to live? Is that the road you want to go down? Is saying that, hey, I don't know, I didn't know, no one told me. And then you spend all of your time sitting here blaming the government, blaming this person, blaming that person for where you are not in your life. But the people who are doing it are tired of hearing it. They're tired of the excuses because they know that in order to get where you want to go in life, you got to take responsibility. Actually, that's the first rule. 100% responsibility. That has to be a rule in your life. Whatever comes in your life, you have to take that responsibility. So if you don't know what the stock market is, learn. If you don't know what market it is, learn. If you don't know how to run a business, learn. Right? So what I'm going to do is just do my part. And as of right now, the words that are coming in my mouth now is like, we can do this once a week. Once a week for an hour, we come in, we do what we got to do, and then we break. At the moment, I don't know what is that's going to be as far as like the time that comes to my mind right now is Tuesday. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. That's the time. And I wanted to just put this out there because one thing about doing anything in life that's new, you just got to start. Because sometimes you can sit there and overanalyze it to death, and before you know it, you haven't started. So it's a way, and I think also, and this may change, but maybe the place that we can use to do this maybe could be Blab. And that way, certain people can come in seats and things like that. Like I said, we're going to do it an hour. Once the hour is done, we're done. But one thing I want to say is this. Now, if I put my time into it, and this is where the whole free thing comes in. Sometimes when you do things for free, There's no accountability, and people are like, they blow it off. But then at that point, it's on the person. It's just going to be me on my time doing it, right? This is not going to be a coaching session. It's just going to be us talking about the book and moving from there. So we're going to see how it goes. And the first book that we're going to talk about, which is, I think, is a good book, and not just because it's my book, but it's going to be How to Find Your Passion Now. And I'm going to put a link in the description box to talk about that. And let me just tell you why I chose my book first. And not just because it's my book. I chose it because there are many people walking around right now with a job they hate, living a life they don't want to live, and comfortable. They're comfortable. They have forgotten what life is all about. When we were kids, we were dreamers. We loved dreaming up the things that we want to do. And then when we became adults, we were beaten down and somebody told us that was just a dream. Reality is to go to school and get a college degree and work a job. And most people are getting up early in the morning, hating it. Sunday is a bad day for people, Sunday evening at least, because now all the festivities have happened, and basically you're coming to your senses now where you're like, oh my gosh, I got to go to work on Monday. That's where these phrases come from, like, oh my gosh, it must be Monday, because people are no longer happy. Well, the tribe who have followed me this far, and you know better than I do, if you want to change your life, you have to change it. The celebrity that left your neighborhood isn't going to come back and save you, and you shouldn't be upset because they didn't come back and spend hours and hours complaining about this person didn't come back to save you. But the whole time, the person that was supposed to come back and save you was already there and has been there your whole life, and it's you. So what I need you guys to do, if this is something that you want to participate in, and when I say participate, I mean participate. So the first one is going to be next Tuesday, a week from now, which will give you time to buy the book on Kindle or whatever you want to do, because it's only available on Kindle now. And we're going to start Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central. I'm going to put the link to the blab here, so you would come here and do it. And I may do a blab just to let you know, hey, by the way, here's a reminder, but if this is something you're serious about, just put it on the calendar. And we're going to come together, and it's going to be like minds talking about a like subject, about passion. Bring your questions, bring your concerns, read the book up and down, read it 40 times if you have to by the time we get there. But when we get there, it's going to be intellectual conversation about the books. For instance, this week it'll be this book, next week it'll be another book. But we're going to come together and go from there. So that's the thing. That's what's going on at the moment. I'm going to be conducting it. And there may be some times I may bring some friends on. There's a guy, a friend of mine, who actually lives in my city, who has done really well financially. And he has about 3 books out now. So I may bring him on to talk about his one book, which may be the second book we may read. So with that said, good people, thank you for everything. Let's raise the vibration. Let's stop being this mediocre people and full of excuses. I'm not saying that you are, but there's always more that we can do. And this is just something I'm adding to help shake up the universe and your universe, to help you move in the direction you need to go. So like I said, that's all I have, good people. Hopefully everything is going great in your life. And I will see you around, but I definitely will see you next week. So the link is not going to be there just yet. I'm going to put it in later, but I'll put the link in for the book so you can start deciphering that and going through that. And that's it, good people. So until next time, signing off.